Hello everyone, very good afternoon. Welcome to our afternoon class. This is a fifth week, yes, and we have solved n number of reading comprehensions, and we have looked at reading comprehensions from various ways and various perspectives. We've solved so many questions. We've discussed questions in so many ways. We have done amazing work when it comes to reading comprehension in last 5 weeks, 4 weeks. This is the fifth week, so we should feel good about yourself if you people are following my channel, if you're following this particular series which we are doing, and the kind of efforts we are putting in, at least from Tuesday to Friday. So Tuesday to Friday this series come, but at least rest of the days I wish you were, and I believe that you are solving reading comprehensions at least 2-3 RCs every day, and seeing that how your answers, if your answers do not match to the correct answer, what is the reason, what is that which you can modify in your approach, or what you can modify in your preparation strategy, which sort of RCs you should do more, which kind of questions you should attempt more, where do you need to make more better summaries, or do you need to make better summaries, or summaries are all right but somewhere the application is missing. I hope you're solving n number of questions, and you're doing you have subscribed to Unacademy, in which you will get amazing doubt solving sessions, you'll get explanations and amazing test series, sectional test and topic wise test. All right, so today also we'll solve actual cat RCs, and we'll try and do our best. Okay, so my name is Anupam. I have more than 3 years of experience in training and content development, and please download Unacademy's app, go to Plus Cat and subscribe to Unacademy, and these 5 options in front of you, these 5 options, anything more than 12 months makes sense to me. If you look at the pricing, it is 15,750 and 18,900 for 12 months and 24 months respectively, and only after you use the code Saxena10. Also, the point is that we'll be helping you till you get the seat in IM. So this is required because till the time, because after writing CAT, we'll also be helping in your GDPI rounds. So for that reason, anything 12 months or more than 12 months makes sense. And if you look at the pricing, it is quite pocket friendly, and it's if I may dare to say that it's very subsidized as well if you compare to the other platforms and other test prep companies, institutions which are offering training for CAT examination. This pricing is quite good if you look at it. And you've got EMI also, no cost EMIs are available on 6, 12 and 24 months subscription. So please subscribe to Unacademy, and you get amazing content. Just imagine the kind of hard work you're doing here. Imagine the kind of content you would get in the privilege zone once you subscribe and so become a subscriber with Unacademy. So please do that. And yeah, let's come to our I'd like to know that I'd also like to know how is it helping you. How are these sessions helping you? Are they helping you at all, or you need some changes from us? Please let me know. Please let us know, so that we can do we can improve something, we can bring in better content, and we can improve our ways and improve our methods here, and let us know how we can be of more help to you. A lot of things are underway, a lot of changes are underway. We are trying to do many things, many new things, and we'll be improving our content every day, every week, in every second class. So yes. um, are you solving ASCIIs or not? If you're not solving reading comprehension, please solve reading comprehensions. Reading comprehensions, 24 reading comprehensions are asked every year in CAT for last five years. And so improving your skills in reading comprehension will improve your skills in para summary, para jumble, or odd one out as well, right? So please solve reading comprehension, make summaries. It's okay if you get less marks initially, but if you work hard, if you put in efforts, your scores will improve in reading comprehension. So basically, avoid. Today we'll talk about a couple of techniques, and we'll use them in a actual CAT reading comprehension. First is avoiding trap options. So you have to avoid trap options, the options um, which have been created in a way that they are not correct, but they are present somewhere to sort of attract the attention of the unmindful reader, the reader who does not actively reads a passage, right? And second point is understanding certain terms used in the correct spirit. So if a term has been used somewhere and its meaning you are not able to understand, and if the options are asking for the correct meaning, you can mark you have to the right answer. So you have to understand the correct correct answer, correct meaning of that word clearly. So this also matters a lot. And so let's solve some RCs. Let's solve, because let me just first see whether it's okay. The point is that the Indian government has announced an international competition to design a national. So we will be solving here. We'll be reading and we'll be making. Indian government has announced an international competition to design a national war memorial in New York to honor all the soldiers who served in the various wars and counter-insurgency campaigns from 1947 onwards. The terms of competition also is specified that the new structure would be built adjacent to the India Gate, a memorial to the Indian soldiers who died in the First World War. Between the imperialist memorial and the proposed nationalist one, India's contribution to the Second World War is airbrushed out of. The first paragraph says that the India's contribution to the Second World War has been forgotten. India's contribution to the Second World War has been Now it says that the Indian government's conception of the World War Memorial was not merely absent-minded, rather it accurately reflected the fact that both academic history and popular memory have yet to come to terms with India's Second World War, which continues to be seen as little more than mood music in the drama of India's advance towards independence and partition in 1947. Further, the political trajectory of post-war subcontinent has militated against popular remembrance of the war, with partition and the onset of India-Pakistan rivalry. Both of the new nations needed fresh stories for self-legitimization rather than focusing on shared wartime experiences. So the point here is, what he's trying to say here is that 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 even in the academic and in the academic history and people's mind, Second World War has been forgotten. Okay, it says that rather it accurately reflected the fact that both academic history and popular memory have yet to come to terms with India's Second World War, which continues to be seen as little more than mood music in the drama of India's advance towards independence and partition in 1947. Again, it says that post independence India needed a new identity or self-image to to instill confidence in itself. So what happens is that whenever a new nation is formed, whenever a new nation's concept is presented, some sort of a story is built around it. You know that the nation was doing very well back then before it became subject, it became a colony, or it was taken over by a foreign power. So certain amount of facts are brought out, certain amount of things are presented in a way which may not be very accurate, but which improves the self-esteem and the self-confidence of the nation in general, and it changes and it and it uplifts the mood of the people, ba- basically. So what happens is that post 1947, whatever the politics was going on in India, uh, it sort of brought it needed a kind of a it needed a new image of itself. So it needed to forget it needed to stop talking about, about whatever was done before 1947. So if we had said that we had fought a successful war against certain countries while we were a colony of the Great Britain, then somewhere people might have asked questions ki probably, it wasn't such a bad rule after all. Things they must have been things which were good in that rule, and do we really needed the freedom which we have received? So to sort of create an image and to shut all these questions, these these things are taken up. So it says that even in the academic history and people's mind, Second World War has been forgotten. And post independence, India needed a new identity or self-image to instill confidence in itself. We can use term herself here, because when we are treating India as a person, because we can use her also. It's a bit of a liberty which I'm taking, but yeah. However, the Second World War played a crucial role in both independence and partition of India. The Indian Army recruited and trained and deployed some 2.5 million people, almost 90% of which were killed and many more injured. Even at that time, it was recognized as the largest volunteer force in the. Which says that the that now it says that Second World War played a crucial role in both the independence and partition of India. It is said that India India's contribution was amazing, was monumental in World War One, in World War Two. Sorry. India's material and finance contribution to the war was uh, equally significant. India emerged as a major military, industrial, and logistical base for the Allied operations in Southeast Asia and Middle East. This led the United States to take considerable interest in country's future and ensured that this was no longer the preserve of British government. So it says that okay. So it says that India's contribution extended to financial and logistical support as well. Logistical, industrial, and logistical support as well. So India not only provided people to fight, soldiers, which is 2.5 million, but it also provided financial, industrial, and logistical support. Other wartime developments pointed in the direction of India's independence. In a stunning reversal of its financial relationship with Britain, India finished the war as one of the greatest creditors to the imperial power. So yeah, so the Britain India had lent a lot of money to Britain for the war. So financial aspect was also taking place. So since Britain owed India money, it was better that that Britain got rid of. This is certain lesser known facts which are coming out now. Another thing is that such extraordinary mobilization for war was achieved at great human cost. With the Bengal famine, the most extreme manifestation of widespread wartime deprivation, the cost on India's home front must be counted in millions of lives. So it says that that India paid a very heavy price of millions of lives in the war. Indians signed up to serve the war and home fronts for a variety of reasons. They were convinced that their contribution would open doors that their contributions would open the doors to India's freedom. The political and social churn triggered by the war was evident in the massive waves of popular protest and unrest that washed over rural and urban India in the aftermath of the conflict. This turmoil was crucial in persuading the Attlee government to rid itself of the incubus of ruling. It says that there was massive protest in India during the war, and this resulted in the British leaving India. There was a massive protest in India. There were massive protests in India in India during the war, and this resulted in British leaving India. Then 70 years on, it is time that India engaged with the complex legacies of 70 years on, it is time that India engaged with the complex legacies of the Second World War, bringing war into the ambit of new national, bringing the war into the ambit of would be a fitting, if not overdue, recognition that this was India's war. So it's saying that at least dedicating the new war memorial to the martyrs of the Second World War, the nation will do justice. So basically this RC is about that there was a lot of contribution from India in terms of lives, in terms of the financial resources, in terms of the support, from industrial support, from the logistics standpoint. India was an amazing partner, and even after that, after this war, even the USA has had realized this, and they sort of wanted to take India in the fold, in its fold, so that it can be utilized as a for their future operations, which they tried, and it didn't work out. So basically what has happened is that there is a so India's contribution to the Second World War has been forgotten, even in the academic history and people's mind. Second World War has been forgotten. Post independence, India needed a new identity or self-image to instill confidence in herself. India's contribution was monumental in Second World War. Indian contribution extended to financial support, financial, industrial and logistical support as well. So we can say apart from from the human resources, apart from the human resources, which are the soldiers, Indian contribution extended to financial, logistical and industrial support as well. India had lent a lot of money to Britain for the war. India paid a very heavy price of millions of lives in the war. There were massive protests in India during the war, and this resulted in the British leaving India, dedicating the new war memorial to the martyrs of the Second World War. So, by dedicating, see, even I have to modify whatever I'm writing, right? So it's a continuous process, because I'm doing it on the fly. I don't do it before it, because I want to do it in front of you, that you also get to know how to make these summaries. By dedicating, so it will take me a quarter of time in solving this if I was doing it alone, if I was not explaining it to you. By dedicating the new wall memorial to the martyrs of the Second World War, the nation will do. Next comes, the author claims that omitting mention of Indians who served in Second World War from the new memorial is, so author claims that omitting mentions of Indians who served in the Second World War from the new National War Memorial is what? A reflection of misplaced priorities of post independence Indian government? No, nowhere the priorities of the post independence national government has been mentioned. Is something which can be rectified in future by constructing a separate memorial? No, nothing of this sort has been mentioned. So 1 and 2 are out of scope. They are basically, you can say that they are out of scope, right? They are out of scope. C3, a reflection of the academic and popular view of India's role in war. Yes, if you go to here, we made a note of it also in the summary, that in the second, even in the, if you read here, rather it reflected the fact that both academic history and popular memory have yet to come to terms with India's Second World War, which continues to be seen as little more than mood music in the drama of India's advanced towards independence. So it says that even in the academic history and people's mind, Second World War has been forgotten, or we can also say that it has not received its due place or due regard. So it is what? It is nothing but a reflection. This is the right answer. Nothing but the reflection of the academic and popular view of India's role in the war. This is the right answer. 4 says appropriate as the names can always be included in the no, this is contrary to the, this is against, contrary to the, you can say opposite to the facts. So it is not said that, it is said that nowhere they mentioned that appropriate as a names, it was nowhere appropriate, and also it is saying that it is not appropriate, it is bad at that. By including the names in the new war memorial, the author says that we will be giving them their due regard, where it's rare that we'll be giving their fitting, if not overdue, fitting recognition that this was India's war. 2, phrase, so answer number 3 is the right option. Okay, for the second question, which is, if the author claims that omitting mention of Indians who served in the World War II from the new war memorial is free. That it's what? It's a reflection of the academic and popular view of the India's role in the war. Now comes the phrase mood music is used in the second paragraph, indicate that the Second World War is viewed as. Okay, the phrase mood music is used in the second paragraph, indicate that the Second World War is viewed as. So what is mood music here? Remember we discussed here what? Understanding certain terms in the correct spirit. And understanding certain terms used in correct spirit. So we have to understand this term mood music is used in the second paragraph to indicate that the World War is viewed as. So if you read here, it comes here. Rather, it accurately reflected the fact that both academic history and popular memory have yet to come to terms with India's Second World War, which continues to be seen as little more than mood music in the drama of India's advance towards independence and partition in 1947. So you can say that what do we understand by the term mood music? That it is something which is just happened just before it, or it was just an ancillary. It was just a supporting activity, a small activity, not really important in the India struggle for freedom, basically. As a background, you can also say. So the phrase mood music is used in the second paragraph to indicate the Second World War is used as one, a part of the narrative on the ill effects of colonial rule on India. Two, a backdrop to the subsequent independence and partition of the region. A backdrop to the subsequent independence and partition to the. So this is correct because it is just as a background story, or just a supporting activity, which is not very important, which was not critical in India's independence and the partition of the region. This is the right answer. However, we'll read other three options as well. Setting the stage for the emergence of India-Pakistan rivalry in the subcontinent. No, this was nowhere mentioned. This is irrelevant. It is irrelevant, not relevant, or you can say. A part of the narrative on the ill effects of the colonial rule on India. This is also incorrect, because nowhere it has been mentioned that Second World War was an ill effect of the colonial rule in India. This was nowhere said. What was said was that it was forgotten. It was not mentioned. It was not given its due. Right, which it had, which was needed. Third says that setting the stage for the emergence of India-Pakistan rivalry in the. So this is also incorrect. This is also not relevant. Basically, rivalry has not been mentioned anywhere, and mood music was in terms of the independence and partition, and not between the rivalry based on it. So Second World War has nowhere mentioned was led to the rivalry between India and Pakistan. This was nowhere mentioned, and that's also untrue in common terms. A tragic period in terms of loss of lives and national wealth. This was also incorrect. That something is a tragic period in terms of loss of lives and national wealth. This is also irrelevant and or not relevant. This is also incorrect. Incorrect, and this is wrong, because nowhere it was mentioned that the people in the popular history or among the scholars of history in India, people think that this is as a tragic period. This was nowhere mentioned. However, the author says that the kind of sacrifices the Indians made in terms of the financial loss and the loss of lives, thousands of soldiers lost life in direct action, and then there were millions of others who lost their lives in the Bengal famine, and there was a lot of money had to be given to Britain. So considering all this, the loss, the sacrifice which India made goes into millions. So India deserved to acknowledge its place in World War II. Next comes that the author suggests a major reason why India has not so far acknowledged its role in World War is that it author suggests that a major reason why India has not so far acknowledged its role in Second World War is that it one, it blames war for leading to more momentous partition of the country. Uh, this is again incorrect. Nothing like this. This is has been mentioned. Then says B, 2 wants to forget human and financial toll of the war on the country. This toll is also incorrect. It was nowhere mentioned that India wants to forget the human and the financial loss which it had to face in the World War II. 3 has been focused on building an independent non-colonial political identity. Yeah, this is correct answer. How? I'm telling you. If you go to our you will read this part, the second paragraph. With partition and onset of Pakistan rivalry, both of the nations needed fresh stories of self legitimization rather than focusing on shared wartime experiences. So when Pakistan and India were divided, they wanted to create a separate identity or confidence in their own selves, or a story which will self-support, or it will confirm, it will sort of validate their presence in their own mind and in mind of others. Also, if you read the earlier paragraph also, if you will, I will color this a little. It says that further the political trajectory of post-war subcontinent has militated against popular remembrance of proper remembrance of us. So the entire subcontinent, because of political reason, does not want to remember the war. It wants to forget it. It wants to create new stories to confirm and to validate their existence, their being. So it's a human need. Whenever we do something, we sort of we self validate, we self ratify ourselves and our beliefs. So basically, the author suggests that a major reason why India has not so far acknowledged its role in the Second World War is that it has been focused on building an independent non-political identity. Been focused on building an independent non-political identity. 4 says views the war has a predominantly allied effort, with India playing only a supporting role. This is also not be mentioned. The war has as in predominantly allied effort, with India playing only supporting role. This is also irrelevant. Nothing of this sort has been mentioned. So cannot be confirmed, basically. Cannot be confirmed based on the facts given in the past. Next comes in the first paragraph. In the first paragraph, author laments the fact that, laments means is sad about the fact. So we can go to the first paragraph and you can read it just quickly and see what we've written for the summary. India's contribution to the Second World War has been forgotten. So it says, between the old imperialist memory, in between the old imperialist memorial and the proposed nationalist one, India's contribution to the Second World War is airbrushed out of existence. So it says that, so it basically says that the India's contribution, the people who have been so that for the honor of the soldiers died 1947 onwards. For them, this national war memorial has been commissioned and it will be made. But what about the people who died, soldiers who laid down their lives to protect the idea of justice as it seemed true to them in the World War II? There is a complete, this is injustice in a certain way. So in the first paragraph, the author laments the fact that, one, there is no recognition of Indian soldiers who served in Second World War. This is true. This is right. Let's still read the other. India lost thousands of human lives during the Second World War. Now this is incorrect. Why? This is opposite to the facts given the passage, given in the passage. Reason why? Because if you come here, it says that the cost on India's home front must be counted in millions of lives. Also, if you see, 90,000 soldiers were died. 90,000 soldiers were killed. So if you look at that there is India lost thousands of human beings during the Second World. So so he doesn't lament that human loss happened in Second World War. Also, it's incorrect that thousands. He says that there were 1 million people were lost during the Second World War. Millions of them lost. So this is opposite to the facts given in the passage. What is happening here is that there is no recognition of the Indian soldiers who served in this. So this was that there is no recognition of the Indian soldiers who served in the Second World War. 3 says funds will be wasted on another war memorial when we already have the Gateway India Gate Memorial. No, this is again what? Incorrect. Because he has never said that a new memorial for the soldiers should not be made. He has said that the new memorial should include the martyrs. It should also mention the contribution of the soldiers who laid down their lives in the Second World War. The funds will be wasted in another war memorial when we already have the India Gate Memorial. This is incorrect. 4th, the new war memorial will be built right next to the India Gate. The new war memorial will be built right next to the India Gate. This is again incorrect. This is not a correct. This is again this was also in. This has not been mentioned. It is again incorrect. Not aligned with the facts. Think that there is no recognition of the Indian soldiers who served in the Second World War. The author lists all of the following as outcomes of the Second World War except. One, large-scale deaths in Bengal as a result of deprivation and famine. So following the outcomes except what? So what is the one which is not been shared? Yeah, large-scale deaths as a result of deprivation in famine. Yeah, this was said. This was mentioned. If you come here, so here that with Bengal famine, the most extreme manifestation of the widespread wartime deprivation. 2, independence of the subcontinent and its partition in 2 countries. Yeah, this has been said time and again in the entire passage that World War II was responsible for the independence of the subcontinent and its partition into 2 countries. This has been said. So this is not the except part, what has not been said. Okay. 3 says large financial debt India owed to Britain after the World War. This is the right answer. I'll tell you why. If you come here, it says what? If you come here, it says that India finished the war as one of the largest creditors to the imperial power, which means what? India had lent a lot of money to Britain for the war. Britain had borrowed a lot of money from India. So saying here that the large financial, so India owed a debt to Britain is incorrect. What is correct is that Britain owed the debt to India. Britain had to pay it back to India because India had provided a lot of financial support to Britain during the war. So this is the right answer. I'm using this for the right answer, right? So will be the right answer. Is that large financial debt India owed to Britain after. 3. Point number 3 is the right answer. All right. So that's pretty much it. I hope it was helpful. Session lasted for an hour. I'll try and bringing more RCs henceforth, and also we are having special classes every Sunday, in which I'm coming down every Sunday. So please come in. Please, that those classes will be happening on the Unacademy app. So free classes and free quizzes also take place on the Unacademy app. You get a lot of special classes which are free, and you get a lot of quizzes also. In Unacademy subscription, for which there's a fee, and we have already discussed the fee is the best which you can get at the kind of quality which we are giving. You get live classes, you get to interact with educator, you get live polls and leaderboard, test series and analysis, and you also get live doubt clearing sessions. Yes, so subscribe to Unacademy and get 10% off if you use the code Saxena10. At the same time, please give us feedback if you think that there is something to be improved. I'm also thinking of bringing in a lot of fun content in terms of memes and teaser videos, a lot of other shorter videos also. to keep you sensitized on what to do and what not to do. So thank you very, very much. And all right, see you tomorrow at 9 a.m.